Some cities throughout the world have been abandoned totally. Skyscrapers have been abandoned. Some of the world's largest abandoned cities were once bustling with activity. Thousands of people lived there, along with shops, schools, churches, residences, and flats. The main reason for the abandonment of these cities are the economic slump, natural disasters, or nuclear accidents. Some cities have been abandoned in the past due to military threats. In today's video, we'll take a look at the 10 largest abandoned cities on Earth. Please take the time to like and subscribe to this channel before we dig into this. Number 10. Pripyat, Ukraine. Pripyat, often spelled Prypyat, is a ghost city in northern Ukraine, close to the Belarusian border. The town was built on 4th February 1970 as the 8th atom grade, a type of closed town in the Soviet Union, to serve the neighboring Chernobyl powered nuclear plant. It was named after the nearby river Pripyat. It is a clear foretaste of the world's biggest nuclear calamity. The legendary Chernobyl nuclear plant accident in 1986 forced everyone to flee the town in a hurry. It was the worst nuclear disaster in Ukraine's history and recent European history. Today, guided tours of the town are available, however, it is heavily overrun with vegetation. All of these ghost villages serve as reminders that nature's power and impact on our lives are sometimes underestimated. They also demonstrate the devastating effects of military combat between groups of people on local communities. Almost all ghost towns around the globe today are open history book pages from which we can learn and avoid repeating previous mistakes. Number 9. Cody, Canada. Cody appears to be a little town that was never meant to thrive. It is located in British Columbia and sits in the valley of settlements that all appears to be abandoned, even if they are occupied, such as nearby Sandentown. However, the cessation of natural resource extraction in Canada has resulted in the creation of hundreds of these ghost towns across the country. Number 8. Varosha, Cyprus. Varosha is yet another city that has been abandoned as a result of the Turkish invasion. Up until 1975, this top holiday spot in Cyprus was located on superb sandy beaches. It was one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, and it was a favorite destination of celebrities such as Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, Raquel Welch, and Bridget Bardot. Turkish aggression eventually drove its residents away, and most of the tourist buildings, such as hotels, were abandoned. In 1974, Varosha was invaded by the Turks, and the whole population fled, anticipating a bloodbath. It presently stands as a forlorn village of deteriorating structures, acting as a memory of a bygone era. Today, you can barely get past these buildings because many have been plundered, and the streets have become overgrown as nature reclaims its place. Number 7. Krakow, Italy. Krakow, a medieval city in southern Italy, retains its grandeur. Even though it has been abandoned owing to many natural disasters in the area, it continues to attract a large number of interested explorers. Krakow was a bustling Italian city for all the wrong reasons over 1,000 years ago. It was eventually evacuated of its 1,800 or so people for safety grounds in 1963, and it is now in ruins. It now acts as a backdrop for movie scenes and tourist attractions. It also features in several films because it is located on a mountain peak. This city's entire architecture is impressive. This original idea assumed that the residents would be safe from intruders. Nature, on the other hand, was responsible. Number 6. Kolmanskop, Namibia. Kolmanskop is a ghost town in southern Namibia's Namib region, 10 kilometers inland from Lüderitz. It was named after Johnny Coleman, a transport driver who abandoned his ox cart on a tiny hill opposite the village during a sandstorm. Kolmanskop is another city that succumbed to the lack of natural resources to exploit. It was originally constructed to provide a haven for diamond miners. However, when diamonds became scarcer in the area, the city quickly became a ghost town. It now sits abandoned among the Namibia dunes. A local tour operator maintains a couple of its buildings and takes tourists to the village to give them a better idea of what diamond mining used to be like in the area. Number 5. Kayaköy, Turkey. Another example of the aftermath of the Greco-Turkish conflict in the early 20th century is the abandoned cities and typically thought creepy. Although most of them have a rough appearance, Kayaköy is nonetheless attractive. This Greek city is located in Turkey's southwest. During the Turkish-Greek War, Greeks departed the city, leaving behind an architectural legacy unlike any other. The major church and all of the houses here are identical. The municipality had a definite architectural plan, which is obvious. This city, which has been abandoned for nearly a century, is also easy to explore. You can drive there on your own and tour the remains. Number 4. Kadichan, Russia. Kadichan is a depopulated urban area in Magadan Oblast, Russia's Suzumansky district. It is 65 kilometers northwest of Suzuman, the district's administrative center in the upper Kolyma highlands, in the Ayin-Yuryak River basin. It had no recorded population as of the 2010 census. The harsh Siberian weather is well known in Russia as the Far East. This is where many people who were sent to gulags died. For years, this land has only seen forced labor and large numbers of deportees. The Soviet gulag inmates created the little city of Kadichan. They were primarily engaged in coal extraction to meet the state's energy requirements. With the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the sharp depreciation of coal, it was eventually abandoned entirely. Number 3. Tianducheng, China. Tianducheng, commonly known as Sky City, is a housing estate in Hangzhou, Zhejiang Province. The inmates' palaces reveals design aspects located in Jiangkuao Subdistrict, Lingping District. Tianducheng's construction began in 2007. Its centerpiece is a 108-meter-tall Parisian-style building with fountains and vegetation. It opened in 2007 and has a population of over 10,000 people. The development's initial occupancy was poor, with only 2,000 people living there by 2013, prompting some to call it a ghost town. Its population had risen to 30,000 by 2017, and the development had been rebuilt multiple times. Tianducheng is a bizarre and sad Chinese city. It's been designed to look just like Paris. It has its own Eiffel Tower too. Some of the structures here are reminiscent of those in Paris. Thousands of homes were to be sold by the investor to a corporation behind the city. However, only a few people bought homes in this area. This gives the impression that the city has been abandoned. What's worse, similar cities have been found in large numbers all over China because it is not far from Hangzhou. You can go there yourself. Number 2. Bodie, USA. Bodie is a state historic park and former gold mining town in California's Bodie Hills, near the Nevada border. This 19th century ghost town features a variety of original houses in various levels of ruins and relics, and the Masonic Cemetery. A mining tool museum is housed in the Miners' Union Hall. The Standard Gold Mill in the northeast has machinery and information about the gold extraction process. There was a time when the California gold rush attracted individuals from all over the continent. This was the case in 1880 with Bodie, a town of at least 7,000 residents. It grew rapidly, but it also died soon. The town was already deserted by 1915. Its inhabitants have all left. However, the town is still on the map, attracting hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. If you're in California, you may go see it for yourself because the town is protected by a preservation committee, which means it will be preserved for years to come. Number 1. Hashima, Japan. Hashima is a Japanese city in the Gifu Prefecture. As of January 1st, 2019, the city has a population of 67,000 people, living in 26,000 homes with a population density of 1,300 people per square kilometer. The city had a total size of 53.66 square kilometers. Visitors can now see the overgrown industrial sites, partially damaged concrete workers' quarters, and the infamous Stairway to Hell. A tranquil Shinto shrine is located in the center with views of the East China Sea from the perimeter wall. The island was featured in the James Bond film Skyfall. Hashima Island, commonly known as the abandoned Hashima Island in Japan, is an eerie tourist location. It is well recognized for its appearance in blockbuster movies. However, many people are unaware that this movie set exists. Hashima Island was built solely to house undersea coal miners after World War II and offered public amusement and contemporary facilities. However, it was deactivated in 1974 when the mines were closed. Today it is a major tourist attraction and the architecture is still intact. It once served as a strategic military base, but after being completely abandoned following World War II, it's now a collection of concrete ruins. Booking a trip with local guides is the best way to see the place. Thank you for sticking until the end of this video. If you found this video interesting, kindly like and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos, and don't forget to turn on the notifications. Goodbye, and I will see you in the next video.